Hey there YouTube, Raj here, hope you guys are doing well. Today I'm going to be talking about a fragrance from the brand Clive Christian. So a while ago, if you had seen this video, I basically showed you guys some of the recent fragrances that I had either bought or were sent to me. Clive Christian featured in that because they did send me it was like this travel box where you get 4 7.5 ml atomizers. And yeah, so one of the fragrances I'm going to talk about today is 1872. This is a fragrance that I've pretty much known about since the day I first discovered Clive Christian. Don't know exactly when that was, but quite a few years ago. And this one originally was called 1872 for men, but now it's called Citrus Woody. I guess it's part of the original collection. So I've definitely put a good chunk in this 7.5 ml atomizer. The idea behind these ones is that you put them inside a travel atomizer case and then you carry it around with you. So I'm just going to jump straight into the notes on this one, which is a very fresh, lively, invigorating fragrance. In the top you're going to get petitgrain, peach, lavender, citrus fruits, doesn't specify which ones, I think lemon, rosemary, black pepper and nutmeg. Going into the heart there is clary sage, neroli and musk, and then going into the base notes there is freesia, cedarwood and sandalwood. So yeah, as I said, super fresh fragrance, really good in like springtime, summertime, and also if you want something to just sort of brighten up your day in colder weather, I think this one actually works quite well. It hasn't let me down in terms of performance when I've worn it in slightly warmer weather, but also cold weather as well. I always got around the 8 to 10 hour mark, which is actually quite impressive given the nature of this fragrance. Maybe something to do with the concentration of this one. I do feel like it has a more casual feel to it, like you can pull it off in casual scenarios, but also if you're dressed in a nice suit, I think this one would work equally well. So there's a lot of versatility with this fragrance that I quite like. One of the things that I don't like, and it's to be said of all Clive Christian fragrances, is the price. 100 ml is £375. They do have 50 ml options, 30, and also a quite good option I think is 10 ml, where they cost 10 ml small little bottles, which will cost like £45. So a good way of, if you just wanted to just maybe buy 1 or 2 fragrances, of just getting in there and just trying out the brand, or maybe just using it to travel with if you want a little bit more than this. So in the opening to this fragrance, I get probably, I would say, one of the nicest openings to any fragrance that I've ever tried. And I really get this juicy lemon. It's a little bit sweet. I feel like there's a watery citrus element coming potentially from the petitgrain, which is, from knowledge, the essential oils that are distilled from the twigs and the bark of an orange tree. So it has a slightly citrus woody, watery feel to it, which is really nice. Nothing too sharp, quite rounded, quite sweet, and it's an excellent opening to this fragrance. It's actually my scent of the day. There's some wonderful green aspects into there, like green grass, very lush, quite thick green notes, but still retaining this freshness, which I like a lot. It really is, I have to say, in all these years of doing being into fragrances and reviewing fragrances, this is certainly up there as one of the best fragrance openings in the top notes, basically. So as this fragrance develops, you still get that freshness, you still get that petitgrain, maybe a bit touch of bergamot. You get this herbal lavender coming through, which I really like, and it kind of goes down this kind of path of very gentlemanly, citrus, aromatic fragrance. It's very refined. It's a really nice scent. It has there's a simplicity to it as well. Like it's not, you're not going to be getting loads and loads of accords, and it's not going to be developing all day long. I think it is a more simple note structure that is just really, really well done. The notes are blended together really nicely. The ingredients, you can tell, are very, very high quality, and it just really develops down that root, becomes a little bit more floral, a little bit more woody in there as well, but all in a kind of watery aspect or style. This fragrance really does remind me of walking through a park in London. We have a lot of really good parks here which are really nicely maintained, especially some of the royal parks. So you're walking through and you've got like lush green grass, you've got the sun shining off either the lakes, you've got like all these flowers growing around you. Maybe it's springtime, you know, the daffodils are out, that kind of thing. And it feels very invigorating. It feels like a crisp, cool, citrus-infused air. You know, it's kind of how I would describe it. It's a really lovely fragrance. And you know, I'm saying a lot of good things about it, and I said that I didn't like the price. So maybe like the fragrance really justifies the price, but then there are also many other citrus fragrances or aromatic fragrances in this style that don't cost as much. So it's really down to you, to be honest. I really do like this fragrance. I'm gonna wear it right down to the end and maybe think about getting a bottle. I'm not sure. So this is the first fragrance I'm reviewing from this set that was sent to me, and I'm not sure if I said thank you again to Clive Christian for sending this to me. And obviously, as you guys know, I always give like honest reviews, no matter if I'm sent stuff or whether I buy it, it's always going to be honest. And one thing I just wanted to mention in this video, because this is the first one that I'm going to be, or the first fragrance I'm talking about from this pack, I wanted to mention something that Clive Christian have done they didn't have in the past, which I really quite like. And this is more of a historical thing. So many years ago, there used to be this brand called the Crown Perfumery, and this is one of their old bottles. This is a vintage bottle. Like, there aren't going to be many of these that exist in the world. And so I'm not sure exactly when it happened, maybe the late 90s. Clive Christian bought this brand, they incorporated it into their brand, and the Crown Perfumery was sadly discontinued. This brand goes back to Victorian times. There wasn't much mention of that on the Clive Christian website. You only saw stuff on Fragrantica, but now they are actually mentioning that on their website, and I think in some of their promotional videos. So it's a nice nod to the past, and it's good to sort of clear up something that I think wasn't that clear before. So yeah, you know, this fragrance, if you're interested, is called Crown Park Royal. And this is actually my dad's bottle. I did have a couple of my own ones, but I just borrowed this off him just to show you guys, because look, you can see the cap is identical. Yeah, the design is very much based on these bottles, and they don't make fragrances like these nowadays, possibly down to regulations and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this fragrance I think is really nice. I'm going to give it a rating of 9 out of 10. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Have you tried it? Do you think the brand is worth checking out, or do you think it's just another expensive niche brand, and God knows there are a lot of those out there? Drop your comments down in the in the comments section, obviously. Where else are you going to leave them? And let me know your thoughts, and follow me on Instagram if you are not following me there. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.